Hello, you're watching the full-time Focus down here at the Focus Community Arena, where it's finished Hemel Town 3, Torquay United 2. Well, what a game it was, and certainly what a finish. The Tudors showed that never say die attitude, and a man who will be absolutely delighted with that is manager Brad Quinton. And Patrick is with him now.
Brad, I'll let you sum up that. How are you feeling at the moment?
Brad, I think the boys were superb. I think every single one of them, the boys who came on as well, changed it. I think it would have been a crime if we lost that game in terms of the effort and the commitment for one another with the boys that we've got out injured at this minute in time. The game plan worked. We spoke about it thoroughly. I think we deserved to go in front. But to go 2-1 down at home against a team of a full-time, huge club, and we never gave up. It was thoroughly deserved. At 1-0 up, we could have gone 2-0 up, I think, with Mons. It was great build-up all the way from the back, and he's put it just wide past the post. But we changed the formation slightly when we went 2-1 down, and I think we looked stronger. And, just an overall, what a performance. And never say die attitude. And every single one of them to a man. I think everyone enjoyed and watched the game today. They'd get a pat on the back from all the fans today.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that, you've mentioned, that everyone run themselves into the ground today. That's just something that you've instilled in them, obviously. But, yeah, I mean, looking back at last year, maybe we would have gone 2-1 down. Maybe that reaction might not have come. Is that from the belief that you've kind of given the boys?
Yeah, it's encouragement in terms of what we can do with them in a short space of time. Developing as a human being and being positive and encouraging them to be the best they can. And I think every single one of them today are, listening to one another as well. And to go down 2-1 at home against a team like that and come back and win the game, and the boys were immense. I think the word is immense for every single one of them. But yeah, like you said, this is the teams that we have installed with my staff, Barry and Maz, and every single one of them is true hard desire to win and want to, run in front of a steam train if we need to block everything. But emotionally, the boys done well today, so I'll probably give them a night off on Tuesday. I
think it obviously summed it up with the third goal. The whole group ran over to the bench. There is a real kind of togetherness in this group now, isn't there?
Yeah, Bailey's obviously he's a credit to himself. He's been knocked down, he's been doubted, he's been questioned, and my staff have thoroughly looked after him and looked into what he can do and give us something different. And the belief that I have in him is a lot. I think a lot of people slag him off and say this about him, but I think as a man and as a player, he wants to develop. We made the change because we felt we needed to, because a couple of people were leggy, but I think his timing of the run, the ball that we got wide and switch and cut back that we said we was going to work on, and he's come onto it like a steam train. And some people would probably, lash at that because of the emotion and the time and the desire of the end of the game. He's cool, calm and collective. But to run over and enjoy that shows that we've got a unity. And that's something that all my staff and we always install that into the boys.
And obviously you've mentioned a break there, but football does come thick and fast. Obviously there's a lot to take in for the next game in the FA Cup.
Yeah, no, it's another tie away from home. They're not a bad team. We've looked at what they can do and where they are in the league, etc. It's a journey that we're going to do well, and we look after all the players and travel up on a Friday, and mentally prepare now for. It's a cup game that anyone can win on their day. If you think the game's won, you won't be on my coach or my bus going there. We need to prepare. They need to relax, and we want to have a good cup run as well. It's very important, but I think the fans today, the support that they gave us was tremendous. I was here last night watching the under-18s in the Youth Cup. Support for that, so the community is all buying into what we're doing, and it was emotionally for me to win that game today in the game, and I was proud of every single one of the supporters.
So the boys did certainly show belief there to find the 3 points after a bit of adversity in the second half. And a man who's returned to the Focus Community Arena is Bailey Brown. And he got on the score sheet and got the winner. And he's with Dan.
Bailey, what performance, what result? Can you sum it up for us?
I think you summed it up quite well. Great performance from the boys. We knew that they were going to be a tough outlet, full-time football, of course, and a big club with a big following. But I think it was a good week of training with the gaffer. Gave us a game plan, and credit to the boys, stuck to it, and yeah, delighted to get the win, get obviously the 3 points.
And you came on late. What did the gaffer say to you? Did he say anything in particular to get up there? Obviously, he played as a striker for most of it. Can you talk us through it?
Gaffer just said to get on, kind of try and mark my influence on the game, try and get on the ball, and obviously get in the box. Just try and be a bit of a nuisance, a bit something different. And thankfully today, good performance and managed to get the winner, so yeah, delighted.
And you rejoined the club recently. Was there anything in particular that made you make that decision? Can you see the belief inside?
Yeah, no, most definitely. I think today speaks for itself. Spoke to the gaffer who I have a close relationship with, and very grateful to be back. And I think the fans as well. I think credit to them. They support us home and away. They travel to Torquay away, or if it is at home. And I think we always got that belief. And within the dressing room, I think we've got a good squad. So for me, it was a no-brainer. I'm delighted to be back and just focused on the next game.
So those were the thoughts of returning Bailey Brown. And in the meantime, I've got Miles Judd alongside me. Miles, that must have been a good feeling. Obviously going 2-1 down, that's after taking the lead. But to the finish in that game and the impact that you had, it must be delighted.
Yeah, that was a great game. I thought that it was a long time coming, us getting a win. And I thought that we very much deserved it today against a good Torquay side. We started off 1-0 up and then went down to 2-1. So to come back and win it 3-2 everyone was buzzing with it.
And that's 7 games unbeaten now, and that really shows the rest of the league, and also I suppose yourselves, that actually that no matter what the outcome in games early on, we have the ability, we have the quality to go on and show teams that we won't go down without a fight.
Yeah, definitely. I feel that now we've got that win, hopefully we can just push on, carry on getting the 3 points.
And what impact does the gaffer have on this team? Obviously he came to the Focus Community Arena back in January, and he said about changing this culture, and he's talking about getting his own players in. Do you feel that the group of lads that are in there are all fighting for the same cause and want this club to be successful?
Yeah, definitely. I'm buzzing with the gaffer. I think all the boys are, and the way he's getting us to play now has been really good. And also he did tell me he was going to score today, so that was a good one from him.
Nice. And the FA Cup next Saturday, a chance to go to places in the country that we maybe don't get a chance to experience. But how important is that now for the team, focusing on that game? If we win that game, get through, that's only 1 game away from the first round.
Yeah, today it was obviously good to get 3 points, but now, we've got to focus on the FA Cup next Saturday and hopefully push on to the next round.
Well, Miles, thanks so much for your time. And that's all we've got time for this edition of the Full Time Focus. Join us next week as we go to Gulls in the FA Cup. But for now, goodbye.